Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the LOCUS Golden Hour podcast. My name is Kristina.
And I'm Lina.
So, this podcast is about sharing stories, advice, tips, and all things surrounding university and student life. And today we are live on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/locuslinks. And we have a special guest with us to talk about all things friendship. Matilda, would you like to introduce yourself again?
Yes, thank you, Kristina. Hi, my name is Matilda. I'm a second-year BA psychology student, and I'm also the Locus 3 OCA.
Cool,
Yay!
awesome. Yay!
We are so happy to have you here, Matilda. Thank you so much for joining us. And we can't wait to have our discussion about friendship today. Hopefully give some advice, maybe, but disclaimer, we obviously aren't certified to give advice, but we'll just talk about our experience. Kristina, do you want to start us off with our, every single episode, we always have an icebreaker question. Do you want to start us off with that?
Yes, for sure. So our icebreaker question for today is, what is something you've learned from a friendship? Kind of a big question.
Yeah, big question. I think not necessarily from one friendship in particular, but I think overall, it's just kind of like to trust my gut. Like if something feels off, it probably is. And I should like trust myself more about like, it sounds silly, but like the vibes that someone's giving off and like what I'm feeling.
Oh no, for sure. The vibes are very much real. They are real.
Not silly
Do
at
the
all.
vibe
I get
check.
it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I feel like that's really good. Especially if you're someone who doesn't usually go with their gut, aka me. I feel like that's some good stuff. I think personally, I'd say just like in general, like listening and like being vulnerable is really important just in any relationship. So kind of being comfortable with either like just being silent and just enjoying each other's company, but also being able to kind of open up and talk and also listen. So that's what I would say.
I think those friendships sometimes are like the best, like when you can like sit on a call or sit in the same room and not talk, but it's fine. Like it's not awkward silence or anything like that. Yeah. I think for me, I'd say something I've learned from friendship, I guess friendships in general or relationships in general, is that if there's a conflict or something that bothers you, to talk it out. Confrontation can be really hard, especially because like I tend to be very avoidant, but it always makes it feel better in the end. So if you have a weird gut feeling or the vibes are off, talk about it. It's like the best thing you can do, I feel.
I 100% agree. I'm not someone that's afraid of confrontation, so it doesn't really bother me, but I think confronting problems head on, and also vibe check, always a vibe check.
Mm-hmm. Vibe check, always. Alrighty, so that was a great icebreaker question, I feel like. We did have a lot of submissions for questions from our Instagram. Follow our Instagram at Locus Laurier. But our first main question today is how to maintain long-distance friendships.
That's a tricky one.
Has anyone had long-distance friendships?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can share first, Matilda, if you'd
like. Probably how to maintain long distance friendships. One thing I would say, it's definitely your mindset. Like you're not gonna see each other every day. I know I have a few friends from high school that I am still friends with, even in my second year of university. And I think it's definitely just a mindset thing. Like you guys aren't gonna talk every day, and having the expectation that even you guys will talk once a week sometimes isn't realistic. Like just believing in your friendship and knowing that your friendship will remain, even if you guys don't talk for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Like knowing that you can rely or like fall back on them, I think is very important. I think that was difficult for me, that I wanted to text my friends all the time, but we're all busy and we all have our different things. So I think having the expectation that you guys are still friends, even if you don't talk all the time like it was in high school, that is totally okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think like knowing that your friendship and your like love and care for each other is unconditional, even if you don't speak for a long time, right? Because like one of my best friend from high school, we used to see each other every single day. She'd come over like after school every single day. She would sleep over on school nights sometimes. We would walk to school together the next morning. Like we were really close. She goes to UBC now, so she's on the other side of the country. She's made like all of her new university friends. I have my university friends. But now we're in different time zones, and we were never the kind of friends that like texted every day, like throughout the day. So we've been trying to call for the past like 2 weeks now, but we're in different time zones with different schedules. So like the other night she tried to call me, but it was 2:30 in the morning because it was only 11:30 at night for her.
Oh.
So like I think even if you don't have time to talk, like check in with them and be like, I'm trying my best, like I will make time for you and we will call and catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really great. I think like just knowing things will be different and it's okay for things to be different. I think um as you kind of grow up, like I feel like you kind of are busy, like life happens and you can't text each other all the time or FaceTime all the time. I think like even just like sharing the little things that you do is important. Just like I don't know, sometimes I'll message my friend like I made this dinner today. I'm really proud of it. And I like send a picture, or like sometimes I like if something big happens, I like to like do a little vlog and like send her a video of like, oh my gosh, this happened this week. Just to kind of keep her in the loop. And my best friend actually lives in a different country. So
Oh,
I haven't seen her for like a few years, and especially with like COVID and everything. And so literally I'll just try to message her and like whenever I can. And even if we don't talk for days, or even if say like you can't see your friends for a long time, I think just like it's just nice knowing that they're still there for you. And yeah, I guess what Matilda said, like believing in that friendship and what you already kind of built, I guess.
Yeah, friendships definitely evolve. And I think that's the best way to think about it. Your friendship is not going to be the same forever, which is totally okay. Everyone goes on their different life paths, and sometimes friendships stay and sometimes they don't.
and honestly, that's what's nice about it, that both people are changing, but you still get to be friends. Like, I'm sure you don't want to have the same sort of high school relationship as you did when you're like 25. You know what I mean? So it's good that people grow, and it's okay if people grow apart too, because that's life.
Hmm.
Shall we
Yeah.
move on to the next question?
Yeah. So our next question is, how do you break the ice? Big question.
Something I'm not good at. um I think like always, I don't know, I guess my default is like I just introducing yourself and just like just knowing usually like people are in the same boat, I would say. Like that's kind of comforting. Maybe ask them a question of like, you know, even simple like small talk, I guess, getting used to that. But usually sometimes I'll try to like talk about what's happening. So like if it was in
Yeah.
class, like okay, obviously like don't talk in class, but if you had the chance, it'd be like, hey, like I'm Lena, like whatever, introduce yourself. And then be like, do you know what's going on? And maybe they'll be like, yeah, I do. And then you can like, I don't know. But then usually it goes, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. It's like same. And then you start talking.
Yeah.
So like you can just make a comment of like what's going on, I don't know, at an event or like whatever is happening. I think that's kind of what like if something's like relatable, I don't know, I feel like that can hopefully help break the ice. But again, I'm not very good at that.
It's like the default, like, oh, it's so nice today. The sun is out. And then you start talking like that.
Yeah.
The small talk. Like, what I like to do is sometimes I say some weird joke that's like my sense of humor. Like, if I see it, like, it emerges in the situation. Because then if they respond in a similar way, I'm like, oh, I can be friends with this person. We have the same sort of sense of humor. So I say something weird. And if it's like reciprocated, then we're good.
Your vibe check.
Yeah, that's
Your
the vibe
vibe
check.
check.
Vibe
That's how I
check.
check the vibes.
I think that's actually a great way to do it. I've never actually thought about that, but I agree with Lena. The most reassuring thing you could hear is, yeah, I don't know what's going on either. And that's just like an instant connection. I would probably say like once you've kind of established that, like once you've spoken, I think definitely asking people to hang out in groups is easiest because then there's no pressure. Like if you guys don't vibe as much as you thought you would, there's like other people to fall back on, especially if you have mutual friends or like mutual people in that class. I think asking people to hang out in groups is definitely the best way to go because if it doesn't work out, it's not as like awkward or uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good thing with like going out as a group. I don't know, to do an activity or something, or to an event.
Just remember, at least it's not as awkward as a first date. So you're fine.
Exactly.
Next question, unless we have any more comments about that. Okay. Also, I want to remind people in the chat that you can ask us questions as well. We're keeping an eye on the chat. So if you have an emergent question about friendships, let us know and we'll talk about it too. Or let us know your input because we want to hear that too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Our next question is, what is your ultimate comfort food?
Oh, that's
Matilda?
I would say I am very fortunate that my mom still brings me like meals sometimes when she comes down to visit.
Go
So I would
Mom.
say probably when she makes her homemade mac and cheese, shout out to my mother. It is
Oh,
very good. And
that's
yeah, that's probably my ultimate comfort food.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love when my parents visit me and bring food. Like there's nothing as a university student, nothing compares to food at home. Or like if you go
Mhm.
home and they prepare you a meal, that's true love right there. Like that
Exactly.
is amazing. That just reminded me of my grandma makes this really bomb like egg drop soup. And like I always ask her to make it when I visit her. And that's just like the ultimate comfort food. It makes my heart warm, like just a nice warm bowl of soup.
Good soup.
Yeah. Yes.
Good soup. Mine is also like a dish made by a family member. My dad makes really good pork adobo. Adobo is a Filipino food. I don't know what's in it because I don't know how to cook it, but there's like soy sauce and vinegar. I don't know what else is in it. But my dad makes it the best that I've like ever had. So that's my comfort food. Just adobo, rice, maybe steamed broccoli or some sort of vegetable. That's my
Sounds like
ultimate
a
comfort
good
food.
meal.
Mhm.
I feel so basic with my answer. You guys are coming out with all these great answers. I'm like mac and cheese, the most basic one ever.
Mac and cheese is
No,
good.
that's amazing. Your mom's mac and cheese, like I feel like I need to try this. Like it must be really, really good, you know?
It's
So
pretty good.
Mom's home cooking is the best.
definitely is. Shall we move on to our next question?
Yeah.
Sounds good. So our next question is, what is your favorite life hack? Maybe you saw this on TikTok, Instagram, or like something that was passed down from your family members.
I don't really have a life. I don't know if this is a life hack or more of like this is just what I do and it makes my life easier, but it's not really like a hack.
That's
I,
okay. Yeah.
I just always make sure to squeeze my toothpaste from the bottom. You know?
Yeah.
Because most people squeeze from the top and then you have to like end up pushing all your toothpaste to the top when you're getting a toothpaste. So I just always push from the bottom to begin with. I don't know.
Very
That's a good hack.
specific.
Interesting.
That's the first thing I thought of.
I have never even thought of that. I think I always squeeze from the top, but
Yeah, me too.
maybe I'll start squeezing from the bottom.
Kristina told me, so I'll start doing it.
Yeah.
That's your one takeaway from this podcast episode.
Yeah. What about you, Matilda?
I don't know if this is necessarily like a life hack, but if you want like something like the next day, like food wise, make it the night before. Like if I know I want a tea like the next day, I'll make like a tea and put it in the fridge because I prefer like iced tea. So like it's there and I don't have to worry about like making it in the morning. I don't know if that's a life hack or just like a habit that I've picked up.
I think
Good
that's a good
habit.
life hack, good habit. Just like prepare in advance and then you don't have to like go through the whole process. You got it right away when you wake up, right? Yeah, that's a good life hack. Um, for me, one that I saw on TikTok, revolutionary, y'all. Revolutionary. So if you like had like pasta or something that maybe like stained your container, if you like put dish soap and then like with water and then put a paper towel in it and then like shake it, the stains will like I don't know absorb. I don't know the science behind it. It just cleans it better. Like you know how like when you wash like you've had pasta and you wash it and then you have to like wash it like twice kind of because of like the residue or whatever and like stains. This life hack changed my life. Life changing. I swear y'all need to try it. That's all. That's it.
I've heard about it, but like I've never tried it. I thought it was like like a joke or something. I was like, there's no way that works. It's just a little piece of paper towel, but it
It's
works.
real. It works. I tried it. It works.
I have
I'm
to
gonna
do
hold
that
you
now.
to that, Lena. I'm gonna
I
try
hope
it
it,
tomorrow.
I'm scared. I hope it works. It worked for me. It worked for me. So try it. Let me know.
We'll see. I'll hold you to that. I have a few Tupperwares that need washing. So
Okay.
I thought of another life hack now that you mentioned like paper towel. If I'm warming up rice that's been in the fridge, I wet a paper towel and I put it on top and then I microwave it and it makes the rice soft. I
Ooh.
don't know if that's like just a thing people know, but that's what I do. I've seen do you remember when that salmon rice thing went popular on TikTok?
that's what I was gonna
Yes.
say. I was
The
like,
ice
is that
thing,
the ice
right?
She puts
cube?
an ice cube in parchment paper, but like when I saw that, I was like, oh, I've always just done a wet paper towel. So I guess those two are rice life hacks.
It's probably the moisture of the water or something.
Yeah.
Science people, let us know.
Yeah, there's probably some weird science behind it. Like the ice doesn't melt, and I don't understand why.
That freaks me out. Isn't that unnatural?
I don't know.
How long do you microwave it for though? Does it depend?
I don't think
Would it melt if you warm it up longer?
I have no idea. I don't think she specifies in the TikTok that I saw.
I put everything in for a minute. So
Me too.
Literally.
so if a minute's too long, then oops.
Always a minute is the benchmark, and then you go up or down. Or I guess you can't go down, but like you go up.
Yes.
I click add 30 seconds twice.
Literally, yeah.
Or I type in 60 instead of like 100. One less button click.
So our next question is, did you stay friends with your friends from high school?
I stayed in touch with some of them. Like not everybody, but like I had more like acquaintances in high school than like close friends, but I stayed in touch with my close friends. Like some of them I play games with, or like my friend that I said was in BC, I like made sure to stay in touch with her. Sometimes we do the occasional like reply to each other's story on Instagram or something like that, but yeah, I stayed in touch with my high school friends.
Yeah, me too. Like my close friends, I definitely still talk to like a lot. But I also had I feel like I had a small circle. Like I wasn't like, yeah, I feel like you know a lot of people, but yeah, my close friends, I definitely stayed friends with them. Just because I chose to, but I feel like if you choose not to, like that's not an issue at all. Um, but yeah, if you want to stay friends with someone, obviously that's kind of like the effort and communication that you have to kind of go through, because obviously maybe you're not at the same university, or maybe you are, and you, I don't know. So yeah, I think if you choose not to, that's cool, but yeah, I definitely did stay friends with some of them.
Yeah, I kind of had a different experience. Think I had a pretty big circle, like towards the end of grade 11, early grade 12, but then obviously I was in grade 12 when the pandemic hit. And it definitely showed you like who your like true friends were. Not to say there was anything wrong with the friends I was friends with prior, but it truly showed you like who you actually wanted to stay in touch with when you don't see each other every day. So I would say the people that I remained friends with throughout the pandemic, through the end of high school, I definitely stayed in touch with throughout university. There's probably about 3 or 4 friends that I like talk to, and those are the friends that I've known since childhood. So maybe those are the friendships that are meant to be for the rest of my life, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when the pandemic hit, that's when you knew like the people who would check up on you or just message you, like those were, were your true friends. Yeah, I guess that really changed things.
I have our next question, which is controversial if we're ready to move on.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Chat can also tell us their opinions.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
Is water wet? Is water wet?
Should we go 3, 2, 1 and then say it at the same time? Like
Okay.
the three of us, and then
Well,
also the chat.
Oh no.
I
Ready?
don't
we
even know
gonna-
if I have an answer.
Are we not going to be friends after this?
I don't know. Okay, wait. Has everyone think of your answer and then let me know when you're ready.
I don't really have a definite answer, but I'll say one.
Say you're like more leaning towards, okay?
Okay.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, no.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, I need an explanation. I don't actually know for sure, but
Nilesh in the chat says Lina in all caps. I don't know whether he agrees or disagrees.
he definitely
Yeah.
is roasting me. He's definitely. I always have the like odd like answer. So wait, I want to hear your opinion and maybe chat as well. I don't know if you all agree. Yeah.
Well, I think water is wet because it makes things wet.
That's
That
fair.
that is literally my argument. I am not a scientist in the slightest, but to make something wet, it has to be wet itself. No.
Oh, that's true. I
But
don't
it's like
really.
a liquid.
It's like, can water be itself wet though? Like, it's the thing that makes things wet.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you get into the argument of that, but I still lie on that if it makes things wet, it's wet itself.
Okay, I heard an argument from like Lena's side, like water's not wet. The argument was sand is dry, but sand. Wait,
Huh?
I don't know, I don't even know if I got this right, but I heard someone say something about how sand is dry, but it doesn't make other things dry, or something like that.
Like, is fire hot? Wait, no, wait.
Wait,
Yes.
I don't
Wait,
know,
that's not
Lena.
the same.
I don't know, Lena. Why don't you touch it?
Sorry, I was trying to be like, it's not the same. It's not the same. Sorry.
Well, that kind of goes by the same logic, no? If you touch fire, it's hot. If you touch
Yeah.
water, it's wet.
I feel like it's different,
Fire is
but
like an element.
okay, wait, maybe it is the same.
Isn't water an element? Am I wrong?
Oh wait,
It
I mean,
is.
sorry, I mean like I was thinking of like gas, liquid, solid, and then how fire is something else.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking of. I'm just thinking about grade 7
Uh,
science right now. I see the classroom in my head. I know nothing.
Yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming from though. So maybe you've changed. I wasn't very like concrete. I had no backup. It was just like the first thing that popped into my mind was like, no question mark. So I guess I proved myself wrong by saying is fire hot. Um Clearly I just made a fool of myself today, but I guess we're still discovering. So let us know in the chat what you think.
It looks like Nilesh thinks that fire. I was gonna say fire is wet. Water is wet because he was disagreeing with you, Lena.
Yeah. I'm
But
curious to see what people think, but we can move on while people are typing in their answer.
yes, let us know.
Our next question. What does friendship mean to you? Another deep question.
That's a big one.
Yeah, very philosophical.
Yeah, what is the definition of friendship? What does it mean to you? Wow, that's a great question.
I think like a good true friendship involves like real care, like you feel care and love for somebody, and there's no judgment. Like if
Yeah.
somebody is telling you something, like they're confiding in you, they want advice or they just want a listening ear, and like I feel like a good true friend would not judge them but just listen because they care for them.
Yeah. I think that I agree with the no judgment thing. I think like adding on to that, maybe like someone that will tell you the truth, like no matter what, like even if it's tough to hear in like a situation, like if you're telling your friend about a situation and you are clearly in the wrong, but you can't see it, that they're there to support you, but also guide you in the right direction and not like just let you keep thinking in your own ways.
Yeah.
Good tough love.
Yeah.
Tough love. Yeah. I think like even like Matilda, you kind of mentioned like that trustworthiness and like being able to confide in someone, and I guess having someone there, that bond where it's like even if you're not with them, like having that connection or just knowing that someone's there for you, I think means a lot. I guess in a friendship, just knowing someone's there for you, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice
Feeling
knowing someone's got your back.
feeling that bond or connection and knowing it's always there, even if the person isn't like physically present with you, I think is important.
Yeah.
So our next question is, would you rather be an expert in one thing or decent at many things?
Oh, so like a jack of all trades. Wait, yeah, jack of all
Yeah.
trades, right? A jack of all trades or a like just an absolute expert and
Yeah.
pro at
Mhm.
something.
I like doing a lot of different things. I don't know, like this is my dilemma though. It's like if you're just decent at so many different things, you're actually good at any of them. So it's like, what? But then like I don't know, I like trying a lot of different things. So that's kind of where I would say like probably decent at many things just because I like I guess the learning process or like that whole like it's new and you have to like go through like all the struggle of learning something. So I would say pretty good at many things, I would say, or decent, sorry.
I can think of the pros and cons of both. Like I think if I was an expert at one thing, that's like the thing I could be known for, maybe the thing I could get famous for, career, get rich. I don't know. Just where my mind's going. But also like my bad trait, I guess I would say about myself is that if I'm not immediately good at something, I don't want to do it. So I might benefit from being good at many things.
Oh,
So I just
Interesting.
that's an interesting
for
perspective.
my own ego.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stray away on this one. And I say I would rather be an expert in one thing. Because you see those like TikToks where people are like really good gymnasts or like really good at that. I'm like, wow, like I wish I could do something like that. Like I think being an expert in something like really cool
Mhm.
would be like nice. Cause I don't know, I'm not really an expert in anything that like performance like wise or anything like that that you can like maybe compete with or something. So I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I feel like that's totally fair. Like, I mean, what are we gonna do when we're good at at like the little things? It's like you can't really do much with that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like both are very valid, and I guess they both have their pros and cons. So yeah,
Mhm. Can I just be an expert at everything?
that's not the question, Christina.
All right, next question. Have you ever had a friendship breakup or lost a friend? And how do you move on from that?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I I've lost friends, I think, like from, I guess, like the forces of nature of like moving away or like we lost touch. Like, I don't know. I feel like losing touch with someone is kind of a common thing. I don't think I've ever like ended things like badly on like a bad friendship breakup kind of thing. But obviously those hurt. I feel like friendship breakups probably hurt more than like, I don't know, a romantic relationship or anything. But um, I think time kind of heals things. Like, I don't know, just like hopefully if you end things on good terms, it's like knowing like wishing the best for them and everyone's going their own path and everything. So I guess coming to terms with that and hopefully being happy for them. I'm not really too sure, I guess how you would move on, but I think time takes time to heal things.
Yeah, I think like as long as like it didn't end in some sort of drama way, there wasn't any hard feelings, like you were friends and you loved and cared for them at some point, right? So like hopefully like you wish what's best for them, even if that means you don't continue your friendship and you're not in their life anymore. You always wish the best for them at some point, so that doesn't have to stop, right?
Yeah, I think I have a different perspective from this. I think the majority of my friendship breakups have been like blow ups, like not
Uh-oh.
necessarily like good ones.
Hmm.
Without getting too much into it because it's all in the past now and it's like totally fine now. But I think if you have a friendship that you were really close to them and there was maybe an issue that you couldn't move past, or there was drama, or another person got in the way, like I know trio friendships never work out, especially in high school.
Oh.
So
I feel you with that one.
Wait, I am me and my thinking of my trio friendships right now.
just maybe in my personal experience, but what I think how you move on from it, I think just relying on those that will truly support you And that doesn't necessarily mean talking bad about the friend that kind of you think did you wrong. Or if you have mutual friends, just kind of relying on them and not necessarily bringing in the drama. Like I know from personal experience, when I've had a friendship breakup, I've had mutual friends that have been caught in the middle. And I think just relying on that friend without dragging them into it is probably the best way to handle it. If you're ever in a situation where you're moving on from a friendship and you're kind of by yourself, I definitely have been in that situation. And I think just like relying on family will always be there. And even your neighborhood, I've been very fortunate to live in a great neighborhood where all my neighbors are super friendly. So I think just finding someone that you can rely on, like no matter what, is definitely the best way to go about it. Not to get like too sad, like everything's cool now, but like, yeah, friendship blow-ups do suck. And I think they're probably one of the worst things, especially in high school. Everything's tougher in high school because you're all in one ecosystem together.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, Matilda. I know, like, thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that advice because, people go through this and you might maybe someone listening might be going through this as well. So, great advice and thank you for sharing that. So we will move on to our next question then. Our next question is there a language you would like to learn?
Yes, all of them.
All of them.
I mean, if I had to choose, I would say Tagalog because that's the Filipino, like the main Filipino dialect. And I don't know it. And I'm Filipino. Like I can kind of understand some words, and then like if it's like Taglish, like English and Tagalog in out context, then I know what's going on. But otherwise I can't speak it and I only know some words. So I want to be able to know what all my cousins and aunts and uncles are talking about and not be the only one being there like, what did they say? Like at every family party. So yeah, Tagalog is my answer.
I probably have a boring answer. Mine would probably be French. I was never good at it in high school and never stuck with it. And I might get controversial for a second. Sorry for everyone in the chat, but I am a Montreal Canadiens fan. So I feel like if I wanted, like I've been to the games and like they speak a ton of French. So I feel like I would like to understand it. And so I can watch like the interviews that are solely in French. I feel like that's my motivation.
That's Matilda's motivation. That I think that's a great motivation. And you should totally learn French.
Honestly, what you could do is watch those interviews in French to learn. Just have the
Mm,
English captions on so you can start matching words.
smart. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
the more you watch, right? I feel like the more you watch with like content, if it's like English, you kind of pick up like, oh, this word is this. Yeah, yeah.
The friend that actually lives in BC that I keep mentioning, she knows a lot of languages and she like just like learned them throughout high school and whatever. So what she does is like her phone is in French. So
That's what
like
my friend does. That's what
yeah, so
I did that for a little bit.
yeah, so like she has it everywhere because you gotta continue practicing, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you can always pick up a language whenever. It might be a bit harder, but like definitely, I guess like there's always room to learn a new language. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We've got someone in the chat that says no, or you could be a fan of an English speaking team.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I cheer for the best team in the league. My apologies.
Oh, so funny. So
This
funny.
episode's gonna get flagged.
I feel like if I had my phone in French, I would just get frustrated all the time because I wouldn't
Yeah.
understand anything.
Well, you need to learn the language before you do that, right, Matilda?
Fair enough.
Like Matilda just starts putting her phone in French and like doesn't know any of the words and starts clicking things. I don't think that would be the best case scenario, but yeah, I think that's a good idea though. Once you learn a little bit, um, Kayla said she'd teach you French, so
Thank you.
yeah, Kayla and Matilda will be learning French together.
New French.
We love that. I think I would learn like ASL. I'm like interested in that. I feel like, it's definitely useful and
Yes.
it's just really interesting to me. So I think that would be really cool.
I learned a little bit after watching Switched at Birth.
Oh yeah. What can
And
you
then,
teach us?
oh boy. I know the alphabet and how to say like, hi, my name is, and then you spell it out.
Hmm.
And then how do you say, I forget how you say nice. Something like this. Nice to meet you. This is meet.
Very nice.
Aw, love that.
There's actually an ASL workshop that I went to in first year. That was like, they probably offer it like on the Waterloo campus as well, I assume, because it was at the Brantford campus. It was like from 7 to 9 one night, and then I just went for fun, and I learned like different titles you can call people, or like relationships, like how to say sister, brother, mother, all that kind of stuff.
That's so cool.
There's a lot of YouTube videos on it too, because it's not like you really have to work on like pronunciation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. I used to know the alphabet. I don't anymore, sadly. I didn't keep up with it. But our next question is, what is something you always need to remind yourself to do?
Everything. Everything. No, I'm kidding. Well, not really. Drink water.
That's a good one. That's
Okay,
a good
Everyone,
one.
water.
take a sip of water right now.
I
Water
don't have
break.
water.
No.
Matilda, I'm just kidding. Drink water, and then I also set alarms for like literally everything. Like if I need to go to class, I have alarms in like that are weekly that I have to set because I can't remember, especially with everything online. So yeah.
I'm trying to think about what I need to remind myself to do. Sometimes eat. Because like I forget that I'm hungry, or sometimes I don't feel hungry even if I haven't had a meal. I should remind myself to eat. I don't know. You can go. I'll keep thinking.
Mine's probably like a deeper answer. It's not necessarily like something like physical, probably just to be like nicer to myself. Like I tend to be pretty hard on myself, like academically. And like sometimes you just need to take a step back and it's like you're doing the best you can and everything's gonna be all right. So I think that's something I always need to remind myself to do because I think it's easy to get caught in like a rut of like you think you're not like good at classes or something.
Yeah, you need to
Good.
remind yourself to be kind because I feel like everyone is their harshest critic, you know? That voice in your head that is so mean, so mean. But yeah, be kind to yourselves. That was a really good answer.
I like that one. I actually thought of something that I have to remind myself to do. Since we're on like the topic of friendship, I have to remind myself to text back my friends. Sometimes I write it in my to-do list, like in my notebook to-do list. I'm like, text back, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes, I read the message and then I'll reply to it when I can. But then that means the notification is gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I have to remind myself. So sometimes I tell my friends, like, if I haven't responded to you in 2 weeks, it's not because I hate you. It's because I forgot to write it down, to be honest. My life is scheduled now. Anybody have anything else to add? Oh, look, people relate to me in chat. Glad I'm not the only one.
I 100% relate. I literally texted one of my friends back today who goes to McGill, and she texted me on Thursday, and I read it and I didn't respond. And I just texted her. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I thought I responded." So I'm definitely guilty.
It definitely happens a lot. No, you're not alone.
The chat says, feel like phones need that flag for follow-up button, like emails. Yep. Please. Like text.
Apple, y'all hearing this? Google, Android.
Everybody, please, we need it. All right. Our next question is, what's your skincare routine? This is cute. I like this question.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Is it bad to say I don't? I mean, you can probably tell. I'm bad to say I don't have one. Like
Your skin looks fine. Your skin looks good.
I just wash my face every night, and that's kind of it. Like it's nothing too complicated.
Is there something you use to wash your face? A product?
But yeah, a little. I wish I had.
Hold it to camera.
My skin is like super sensitive, so I use Sunkin. It's like an Australian like natural brand. My mom is Australian, so she like likes it, and she used it like growing up.
Nice. How about you,
Yeah.
Lina?
I feel like my skincare routine is kind of elaborate, but I still break out, which is frustrating to me. Maybe I should just go back to the basics, but I don't know. I just wash my face. I put like acne cream if I'm like, pimples are popping up. And then I do have a few serums, but it depends on the day, Sometimes I have like use rosehip oil that usually helps with like redness with like acne, or like I don't know if y'all heard of like niacinamide. I don't want
I
to
use
geek
that.
out. I don't want to geek out on my skincare, but I do use like toner sometimes. Like I do have an elaborate skincare, but I won't bore you with it. And then I finish off with moisturizer. But I feel like skincare for me is very like soothing, therapeutic, like the whole like wind down process. I don't even wear makeup, but I feel like it's just like nice to kind of feel like I'm cleaning my skin, I guess. So yeah.
Like
Sorry.
I can't. You're good. You're good. I can't go to bed without doing my skincare because I feel like I need to be nice and clean, and like I can't start my day unless I like wash my face. Same with like brushing teeth morning and night. So
I'm
like
guilty. I will fall asleep without washing my face. But please continue, Kristina.
I also use niacinamide. I use it at night. I don't even know what it's supposed to do. I just went to in Square One. There's
The
like
Ordinary? The
yeah,
Ordinary?
yeah. Like that
My
little
girl.
tiny shop, like the normal beauty company. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
I told the lady, I was like, this is my skin condition. And she was like, okay. I don't know if you just heard the pots crashing downstairs. um, she was like, use this. And I was like, I'm sold. It's $5. So I just use like a toner, the niacinamide, and then I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, and then a moisturizer. And that's at night. In the morning, it's just moisturizer and sunscreen. You gotta use sunscreen.
Sunscreen so you don't age.
Yeah, keep yourself looking young.
I'm guilty. Sometimes when I'm lazy, I don't put sunscreen on. But
Okay.
that's what I need to remind myself to do. Put sunscreen on.
Just write it in like whiteboard marker on your mirror. Oh, if there's something in the morning that you want to remind yourself or a nice affirmation, write it on your mirror in your bathroom in the morning.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. With sticky notes or something?
Yeah. We have
That's a
people in the
good
chat
one.
saying, we love the ordinary.
You
Let's
guys are gonna
go.
you guys are gonna have to teach me. I feel lost. All these serums. You guys are gonna have to teach me your ways.
Honestly,
we'll show you.
I feel like just like some water is good. I feel like I might go overboard sometimes.
I feel like, okay, literally some people like just wash their face with water and like their skin's so clear. And I'm like, how?
Keep in mind at our age too, a lot of it's hormonal. So even if we do a whole elaborate skincare routine, we might still have acne and stuff, which is fine.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Shall we move on to our next question?
Let's go for it.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. What is our best movie villain, in your opinion?
I 100%. As soon as I saw this question, I was like 100% Mother Gothel from Tangled.
Oh.
100%. I love the movie Tangled, and I think she is a very funny villain, and nothing too like serious.
That's a good answer.
She did have a good song.
Song.
Mother knows best. I'd say I don't have a favorite or like best movie villain, but if you know the show Jane the Virgin,
Mhm.
I like Rose. I feel like she's a very interesting villain. She's an interesting character.
That was a crazy show.
Crazy.
I'm not done. I started watching it, but it's very, well, it is a telenovela, but like I like never watched something like that. So like I was just like trying to follow along. Spoilers, but like yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I gave up on Jane the Virgin. I was like, I can't do this.
I watched it like 3 times.
Like all the
Yeah.
seasons?
Yeah.
Isn't it long?
Yeah. I'm the kind of person that rewatches instead of watching new things. If I know I like something, I'll watch it again.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I also gave up on it, Matilda. So maybe Kristina really likes it, so maybe I should give it another try.
Maybe.
Who do you think is the best movie villain?
in, I guess, a show for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I mean, the Pontiac Bandit, he's not really a villain, but I
Yes.
love their dynamic. Him and Jake, it's just funny. Like he's not a villain. He's not a villain at all. Like they don't even make him like a villain, but it's just funny because like I don't know, because they're technically, I guess, not supposed to be friends, but yeah, I think it's funny.
I
I
haven't seen it.
100% agree with that. Christina, you should watch it.
I've seen clips of Brooklyn Nine-Nine before.
I think it's fun. Like people usually like it. I feel like, when they watch like The Office, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's kind of in that,
Yeah.
realm.
Yeah. On that track, I also liked, what was her name? The blonde lady in that show. She was also funny. The
Blonde.
one that hates Holt.
Oh, is it Wench? Like
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I like her too. She's
they
funny.
they'd always call her something like one sandwich, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Something weird. And then yeah,
The
that was
Munch.
much. That was okay. It was really funny because that whole like storyline, and then like
Hmm.
when that happened, and like yeah.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Chat says Doug Judy.
Oh, Doug Judy.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Pontiac Bandit.
The Pawnee, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Chat. Our next question is, what is your most used emoji?
Do I check?
Pulling up my phone right now. Let's see.
I think mine is oh, it's just the heart.
Which color?
Red. And the next one is the like the cute pleading face emoji.
Is it the like the ooh face?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
Mine's
funny.
also the heart. Matilda, what's your number one?
My two top ones are like the star eyes,
Oh, yes.
and then the like smiley face, but it's like upside down.
That one has the vibes of that one.
That one's interesting. Wait, how do you use that one? Because I feel like some people might use that in different situations, upside down smiling.
I feel like I don't know why it's my second. I feel like I don't use it a lot. But like if I'm like, let's say I've had like a rough morning, I'm like texting my friend, I'm like, this morning's going great, and then the upside down smiley face.
Oh,
So, like
okay.
kind of sarcastic, like.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but it has a sound in my head.
Yeah.
The feeling has a sound to it. It's like how like a bunch of question marks has a sound in my head when I read it.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. I feel like I used the star one like ironically, and now I've just started using it all the time because I actually like it now.
The
Nice.
star
Yeah.
eyes. I feel like that one's nice because people usually use the heart eyes, but like now it's like the era of the star eyes. You can use it in so many different situations.
Exactly. You can use it
see that.
sarcastically to mean like actually like, oh my God, this is so great.
Yeah.
All right, I'll move on to our next question, but I think we should like try to rapid fire a little bit since it's like reaching the end of our time. We've been talking for almost an hour already. It's a fun conversation. All right, our next question is, how do you know your place with friends and what you mean to them? Ooh, maybe this is a hard question to rapid fire.
My first gut instinct, my favorite way to do it is like, it's not like, I feel like if you are with someone else and you're like, oh, this is my friend, like blank. And if they don't say anything or they like smile, you know you're friends.
But then what? How do you know that if you're not friends?
I feel like you just assume. I feel like it's vibes once again.
Yeah, no, I feel like, the title of friend doesn't have to be like sacred. It's like I feel like the threshold of being someone's friend isn't like you meet twice and then you become someone's friend, or like you have to meet like you have to really develop a really like a I don't know, a really great bond or something. It's like it's not that serious, but also I feel like people will show that they care about you, and like it's also not, I feel like it's not really your place to like you put yourself out there, and then if they like kind of receive it, like that's their own thing, kind of like I don't know, it's like try not to, I don't want to say like try not to think about it, but like at the same time it's like you never will know like what you mean to someone, but also like I don't even know what I'm saying, but
I kind of get what you're saying.
yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of like you'll know if you know, hopefully, you know what I mean.
I think for me, I would answer this question and say like, how do you know your close friends? Like when you feel like you can confide in them and they feel safe to confide in you as well.
Mhm.
I think that's how you know that you like care for each other, at least from my
Yeah,
standpoint.
for sure. Next rapid fire question. What is the best way to cheer up a friend or be there for them during a tough time?
Depends. Depends on the
It
friend.
depends.
Because some friends, like you, the best way to cheer them up is giving them space. But other friends, the best way to cheer them up is like hanging out with them or not talking about it. And then other friends, the best way to cheer them up is like talking it out and giving them support and advice. So I feel like it depends.
So I think the best way is to just know them as a person.
Period. Moving on.
Period.
Moving on, do fish ever get thirsty?
I hate this.
Wait, 3, 2, 1. Are we gonna do 3, 2, 1?
Okay, let's do 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. No.
No. Okay.
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 Good. Do we leave it at
Enough
that?
said.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on.
What is an important characteristic or quality to have in a friendship? Trust.
Probably trust.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think in any relationship, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
trust. In anything you do, trust is important.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Next one.
Awesome.
What made you smile today?
This podcast.
Ah!
I've been like smiling the whole time, like my cheeks kind of hurt.
Same. Oh my gosh. Matilda?
Probably CO community outreach for the first year leadership program. Did a booth today, Candy for Change, and that
Yeah.
made me smile because it went really well.
Oh,
Good.
I'm so
Nice.
glad. We're so happy for you. That's amazing. What made me smile? The Locus weekly emails. I really like them. They're funny. And they're great. Moving on.
Moving on. What is the most recent show or movie you've watched?
I wrote my answer down here. I watched the
Go
show
ahead.
Dash and Lily, and it's cringy, it's fun, it's teen thingy, but that's all.
It's cute. It's a cute show. It's a feel-good cute show.
Yes.
I've
I
been told
would-
to watch it.
Yeah, you should. My answer, I'm currently watching it right now, but season 41 of Survivor. I've been watching Survivor forever, and I love it.
41.
41.
there were that
What the
many.
heck?
I'm currently watching Grey's Anatomy. I started watching it in like May or June. I'm on season 13 now.
Wow. There's a lot of those.
All right. Next question. Do you believe in second chances? Wow.
Yeah. Depends actually on the situation.
Depends.
Yeah,
It
because like
depends.
some things maybe it doesn't deserve a second chance. I don't know if deserves the right word, but yeah, I think it depends.
But I do think
I-
people can change and we should be accepting of that change too.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think I believe in forgiveness, but not like forgetting. Like I think you should always
Mhm.
remember where you come from, especially in friendships. Like if someone is doing something over and over that they've constantly apologized for, I think it's time to move on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So our next question is, what are red flags in a friendship?
Ooh. Manipulation, like if you see like signs of like
Oh.
they're trying to like make you do something and or like boundaries, like crossing boundaries.
When they talk bad about other people to you,
Ooh.
Yeah.
because that makes you think like, do they talk bad about me to other people then? Plus, I just don't want to be part of that kind of gossip.
Mhm.
Fair enough. I think I've been thinking about this because I was like, I need a good answer for this. But I think I have 3 like quick ones. Like if you feel drained after hanging out with them more than you feel energized, that's definitely like instinctual. If they don't ever want to celebrate your wins, they only want to ever talk about theirs. So if you have a really good thing, but they're like, oh, I did better on my midterm, it's like, okay, that's great. Also, looking at how they treat their loved ones in their life. If they treat their parents or siblings or close friends, or even your close friends with disrespect, chances are they will treat you with disrespect further down the line as well. So those are my
Gosh.
3 big ones.
Those
Matilda,
are so good.
you're amazing. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was so great.
I think that applies to any relationship in your life.
Mhm.
I will look out for those now. All right. I guess I'm asking the next question as well. Do you like to cook? If so, what is your go-to meal to make?
I can't cook. That's my answer.
Same. High five, Matilda.
I kind of can, but I don't want to, nor do I want anyone else to eat my food because it's like good enough for my standards, but I don't want to do that to someone else. You know?
I feel like it's fun, except cleaning up kind of is a struggle. But like I usually make like rice with some vegetables and like a protein. That's
Me
like my
too.
go-to meal.
Yeah, fried rice is my go-to.
Nice.
Okay, next question. What is your favorite candle scent? Ooh.
Like a warm vanilla caramel kind of thing. I want it to smell like a bakery.
Nice.
Like sweet.
Nice. Controversial. I don't like candles, so I don't have an answer.
Oh, that's fair. That's
I have like
fair.
20 candles in my room right now.
I prefer a diffuser to a candle, like essential oils.
That's good also.
Yeah. I like the fresh smells, like I don't know, fruity or like just not too artificial, I'd say.
Nice.
Oh, ones that make your room smell clean.
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
I've had one that's was like fresh linen or something, and it smelled like laundry. Oh, best smell.
Yes.
Okay, next question. When did you find out Santa wasn't real?
Wait, he's
not.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone.
Santa is real, and I live by that.
Next question.
Wait, can I actually tell like a quick story?
Yeah, go for it.
I never grew up with like Santa or Easter Bunny or Tooth Fairy or anything like that. Like from the get-go, when I was young, my parents were like, yeah, no, don't expect more gifts. Don't expect money under your pillow. Like, we're not doing that. And then I didn't know any better. So I was that annoying kid that was like, you think Santa's real? When I was like 6. It was terrible. I was like, and one of my friends was like, I sent him a letter and he wrote back. And I was like, that was your mom.
Goodness.
I was terrible.
You were that kid. That's okay.
Terrible just because my parents didn't want to buy me another gift.
Honestly, that's okay. I feel like, maybe learning early is just maybe for the better, perhaps. I found presents in my mom's closet, so I don't know how old I was.
And Matilda says Santa's still real.
Santa's still real, but I remember finding out pretty young, but I was that kid that also kept up the gag so I could get more presents. Like, I didn't tell my parents I knew Santa wasn't real. Like, I kept the gag going as long as I could.
Oh yeah. Tooth
Smart,
Fairy, same
honestly.
thing.
Exactly. Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, Santa, all the same thing.
Smart.
Oh, next question. What is the first book you remember really loving?
Percy Jackson series.
Ooh.
It's easy to read.
I think mine's kind of a silly answer, but it's a picture book. Do you guys remember the book Chester? Like, it's like a big cat.
Yes. The orange cat, right?
I really loved that book.
Oh, we have a question in the chat. Did you find out before your siblings? This is back to the Santa thing real quick.
Ooh.
Yes, question mark. Unsure about the timeline.
I think no, my brother's older. I feel like he figured it out before me.
My sister and I were on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry. Yes. Keep going.
my sister and I are twins, so I feel like we were kind of on the same timeline.
Cool. I still make my mom wait to put them out until Christmas morning.
I love that. I love that.
I remember this book that I really loved that I was in all those like book clubs in elementary school, like Silver Birch and Red Maple. I don't know if you guys remember those.
Yes.
So like I was the kid that like read all 10 books just for the certificate for completion. But there's one that I don't remember what it was called. I just remember it was about like, it's like a Titanic sort of story. There was a girl in a dress underwater on the cover. And then she was rich and went on a boat, something Titanic like, but That's like the first book I remember liking.
Oh, I actually have a better answer than Chester. Do you remember those fairy books?
Yes. Oh my
Those
God,
were
wait,
my
what was it
favorite.
called? What was it
Those were
called?
my favorite. It was like blank the blank fairy. And you were like
Yes.
little, yeah, those that's my answer. I
I
changed my answer.
always,
Sparkle or iridescent were iridescent
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
that was the best series. I feel like the library always had that, and I'd always read them, and they were actually good. Like, but they're good when I was reading them.
You have to search up your name. That's the tip. I thought there wouldn't be a Matilda one, but there is.
I don't think
I
there's
can
a
see a
Lena
Matilda
one.
one.
I don't know if there's a Lena
You
one.
never know, Lena. You
I'll
know.
I'm searching it up after this. I'll update everyone. I'll update everyone.
My name is nowhere with a K, so it's always CH.
Okay, our last question. I feel like it's nice to like wrap this topic up. What is something you love about your best friend? It could be a quality or just like things you do together, anything. Something you admire about them.
I would probably say a quality that I love about my best friend is how she always like finds the best in people. Like that's something that I kind of struggle with. I tend to be kind of cynical sometimes, but she always sees the good in people, like no matter what. Like she's so forgiving and like always sees the best in people.
That's so
That's
sweet.
nice.
What about
I
you,
think
Kristina?
I would say that they are strong because they're resilient and able to get through anything more strong than they think. They've gotten through everything that's been like they've been hit with so far, and they're still going. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think for me, I think how caring they are just to anyone they meet, and they just show compassion all the time, and I really look up to that. So yeah. And we are over our time by 5 minutes. Thank you everyone for sticking around with us, and thank you so much, Matilda. You were such an amazing guest. We had such a fun time. We always like to ask our guests, any final words, any words of wisdom to wrap up this episode. It doesn't have to be related to friendship, but it can be anything you want to tell the listeners or the viewers.
Well, no pressure. I know, but thank you guys for having me. This has been a lot of fun. I would say my final words of wisdom is something that my mom always tells me every time I go through friendship troubles, that friends come into your life for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And all of those friendships are valid, and all of those friendships are good friendships in their own way.
Oh, I love that. Your
heart.
mom is definitely a wise person. I want to eat her mac and cheese, please. Also, I feel like I've heard that in like Justin Bieber lyrics. I swear, listen to Lifetime by Justin Bieber. That whole line is in there, I swear. But
I love
anyways,
that.
Is your mom Justin Bieber?
Yes.
Matilda's mom is Justin Bieber, or like writes songs for Justin Bieber. Anyways, we will wrap it up then. And so make sure you follow our Twitch channel, follow our Spotify, wherever you listen to our podcasts on. And until next time, stay golden, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.